Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today here at 2 p.m. I'm Ozzy Mora.
I'm Kirsten, Joyce. Happy President's Day.
Happy President's Day.
Working or not, we certainly are keeping you posted on everything.
It's a pleasure to be here and so grateful. Hope you guys are having a great day. It was a little cloudy this morning, but I know throughout the day some of the clouds just went away. So we do expect some rain as well. We'll hear from Nate in a little bit. So let's get to it, Kirsten. Tragedy at the Rio. This is such a devastating story. A welfare check at the Rio Hotel and Casino turned into a heartbreaking discovery on Sunday. Metro Police were first called around 10:45 in the morning, but received no answer at the door. By 2:30, concerned family members and even the cheer team, because it was an 11-year-old cheerleader, and friends grew. Security then entered the room hours later and found a mother right here in her mid-30s and her 11-year-old daughter dead from an apparent murder-suicide. This is a developing story. The daughter has been identified as Addie Smith, and then the mother as Tanya McKeehan, and they traveled to Las Vegas from Utah for a cheer competition, which the 11-year-old never made it to, Kirsten.
Oh, it's just so sad. Police do confirm that a note was left behind. They have not relayed any of those details. We do have a reporter following this for us, Aaron Ariano. Will have the latest tonight on 8 News Now at 4, 5, and 6. And just very, very, very sad. So, as you mentioned, those family members just kept urging the staff to go up and check on them. They did it the first time, and then several hours later is then when they entered. So we will continue to follow up on this very sad story for you. Let's give some updates with the Nancy Guthrie latest. The search continues, entering the third week now. We're seeing some video there of Savannah. We'll get to her sound in just a moment. But some new developments over the weekend. Police do believe that the clothing and face mask worn by the suspect in the doorbell video was bought from Walmart, in addition to exclusively the backpack the suspect had on. And the Sheriff's Department is reviewing all sorts of surveillance video at area Walmarts. Walmart is also providing sales of the last few months, both online and in person, of this particular backpack. So police are saying this is a very strong lead. They've also done some DNA testing on a black glove that was found near Guthrie's home, which looks very similar to the one worn by the suspect. Those results will be put into the national database to compare against anyone whose DNA is already in there. As we mentioned, Savannah did post a new video to her Instagram this past weekend, and we do have some of that queued up, pleading once again for her mother's safe return.
We believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
You can't imagine what their family's going through entering the third week. And, police spent so many hours over the weekend, too. They were looking through a residence that was just a few miles from their home, and they were following up on a search warrant, but no arrest from that.
No arrest. They were also searching a car, and they were covering so media wouldn't be able to see what was inside that car. And also a quick update. I think some of you guys know Nancy reports, Nancy relies on that pacemaker. So authorities are now using specialized signal sniffers, so in the Tucson area. So what that means is they hope to catch some sort of frequency from this device, kind of showing where Nancy may be. So hopefully that helps as well to possibly find Nancy or something. There is now a $100,000 reward for additional information. Initially it was $50,000, but now it went up to $100,000, Kirsten.
Let's talk about the Department of Homeland Security. It remains shut down at this point, Ozzy. So what does this mean? Who does this impact? We're going to go through this for you real quickly here. The vast majority of DHS employees will not be impacted, okay? They will be doing their job. They may not get paid for it, but they will get paid as back pay once the shutdown ends. So we've got immigration enforcement, which will continue. Secret Service continues. Coast Guard. We've got the search and rescue operations that will continue, but the training will not. no changes to the counterterrorism efforts. And Ozzy, you're going to talk about, well, FEMA also would face some disruptions, of course, with the funding. But Ozzy, how are we impacted here at the local TSA and with our flights?
Yeah, so Harry Reid International Airport, it's already hitting home for us, like you said. So last time I checked, so far, 200 delays at the airport and 13 cancellations. When I was anchoring the new newscast, it was at 140. So that number continues, 202 delays. So yeah, I checked like half an hour ago and it was 200. So now 202. I know it's not much, but I mean, those numbers keep growing. It's a lot. Yeah, so it could be related to a lot of things like Daryl's saying, weather as well. So right now, traffic controllers, according to a report, are getting paid. But like you said, TSA agents, not so lucky right now. History shows as these shutdowns kind of drag on, they call out. So that's another thing leading to those TSA massive security lines and a lot of things. So this is something we're going to keep an eye on as they reach some sort of agreement.
And we keep showing this because the Democrats, that what they want is they don't want the face coverings. They also want mandatory video, and they also want search warrants issued when they make these checks and these door knocks and things of that nature. Yeah. So they are in discussions and they haven't come to that agreement. And so the discussions will continue, but those are some of the sticking points, Ozzy.
Yeah. Remembering Robert Duvall. The film world lost a titan this weekend. So Robert Duvall passed away peacefully at his home on Sunday at the age of 95 years old. His wife, Luciana, shared a touching tribute online. It's Robert Duvall, noting that he was surrounded by love and comfort in his final moments. And Kirsten will go over some of his highlights and just stuff of legend. Kirsten.
Oh my gosh. I mean, talk about 7 days of an acting career. He was tremendous. I mean, I remember watching these older movies with my parents, and I was like, those were powerful. You know, you got Apocalypse Now, you've got The Godfather. One of my favorites, this was in 2014, they made the movie The Judge. Okay. It had Robert Downey Jr. and Vera Farmiga and a couple others, Dax Shepard and one other big name. But Robert Downey Jr. had to go back home and defend his father, this curmudgeon, this judge, well, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, over the death of his own mother. So that was a great one, The Judge, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I mean, what a life. I mean, and his wife, his widow, saying he passed amidst family and love, and age 95. I mean, come on now. That's a life well lived.
What I really loved about him is just how humble he was, and just he always wanted that privacy for his life. So definitely a great person. He just wanted to be a good actor, and that was an interview that I listened to a while back. Very humble person. So again, Robert Duvall passed away at 95 years old. And Daryl would like to say something about this. Daryl.
Yeah, no, only just from doing some of the reading too, that he took on a lot of the roles where they were stoic characters, but like a lot of emotional tension that you had to convey without a lot of expression. So I feel like, that is a sort of passing of the torch in terms of film, you know, that was much more prominent. And I'm sure plenty actors today are sort of pulling from inspiration from actors like Robert Duvall. And that does sort of lead us to our question of the day.
Does it?
Which is in the same ballpark as TV and film and things like that. It's also President's Day. So we decided, why not talk about, and this was also before this news came out, but we said, let's talk about some of our favorite fictional presidents. So we put a few on the screen for you to vote for. Background, Morgan Freeman. He's played the president a couple of different times. He was the leading vote getter earlier. Some of the numbers are balancing out now. They're coming in for others. Harrison Ford, Air Force One. That's iconic. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. You remember her from Seinfeld. Yes.
Thank you.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Love her.
Veep.
In Veep, I wanted to portray a female presidential role on TV. We've had a bunch. Other is also a suggestion. So scan the QR code or go to 8newsnow.com/vote. Any suggestions for
Yeah,
you
we
two?
love
Ozzy,
to
you had
hear
one
from
earlier.
you.
Taya Leone played a female president
What?
several years
Oh,
ago
yes.
in one show. Then we had Kiefer Sutherland. What was that show that he played? 20. Wait, was he the president in 24? No.
I don't think he was.
It was another one where he played the backup. Sorry, and he was the living remainder, right? Because there was this big thing.
There's a lot when you start to think about
Yes,
it.
yeah.
TV shows and even like joke
So
characters.
many TV shows.
During the 10 a.m. stream, I said the president from Independence Day. What was the actor's name?
Bill Thrum.
No, Paul. No. Well, Bill Pullman, right? Did I get that correct? Yes. That's my favorite one. Remember Independence Day with Will Smith?
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Wow,
just
all
always at
right.
the top of mind for me. All right, we love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us. Just scan that QR code. This is a way for you to interact with us, and we just love having you all participate with us. So stay with us. We'll be talking about President's Day, mattress in a box deals, and weather. We'll be right back.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for joining us at 2 p.m. every day. I'm Ozzy Mora.
You're so cheery, Ozzy.
I
can't
try.
keep smiling this long.
I try. You know, we need to keep it up and going.
We got some cooler weather out there. I think it's going to feel a lot more like winter this week. We're going to check in now with Nate to see how long it'll last.
All right, you guys, so a lot going on with Mom Nature after a little bit of blue sky. Not that the bottom's about to fall out, but the National Weather Service got that wind advisory started at 10 o'clock, runs until 2 tomorrow morning. All of southern Nevada, northwestern Arizona, a lot of southern California. Yes, you're not seeing things. That says gusts of 50 miles an hour, but that's not all. They're going to have blowing snow with winter storm warnings for the Spring Mountains to the west. That's Mount Charleston, the Sheep Range to the north of us, and it's going to be kind of nasty up in Lincoln County as well. So here's what's going on. We're talking about the rain right on the edges of town. As we go through the next couple of hours, it's going to continue that way and possibly be out of here by 7 this evening for this round. So it's the wind first with the gust of 50 miles an hour, then a combination of rain here, not much accumulation, less than 1/4 of an inch, and maybe a few inches of snow up top, and it's that blowing snow, and it'll be off and on for most of the week, and then the temperature roller coaster is going down. We're going to try for 65 today, not too far away from normal, and then again, it's California getting most of the rain, and then as we check in on your family and friends, there's a little bit going on in the Pacific Northwest, but most of our weather eyes are focused right here where we are. Your most accurate 8-day forecast, wind and rain today, more rain possible, still windy, breezy Wednesday, lingering storm clouds, and then starting to get out of here so that by the weekend it'll be okay as the streamcast rolls on.
Yes, it does. And we hope you're having a nice day off if, in fact, you aren't working. There are a lot of people out there shopping. I felt that it was a pretty busy time on the Strip, and I don't know if you did any shopping this weekend.
Online.
Okay.
Online, I did.
Gosh, that's not so exciting, Ozzy. You got to go in person. You got to get the vibe.
No, you know what's exciting is when I get to bed and I'm like
Oh my
this.
gosh.
And I shop literally in the moment. That's the only time I get to shop. But I get excited because it's like my relaxing time, you know?
Well, I guess you can shop online or in person. And if you want to know what to shop for right now, because many 3-day weekends have some good, opportunities
Some pretty good
for
deals.
things.
Yeah.
Right now, what's good to buy is redesign your sleep space because mattresses are hugely discounted right now. Mattress Firm's having a sale up to 60% off select mattresses. Walker, they're having a big President's Day sale. So if you get out there, go before they close up tonight.
Yeah.
Some of the mattresses, if you're looking to know exactly what, they offer. Have you seen those commercials for the avocado mattress? I always giggle every time I see them because I'm like, avocado. But they're 15% off. Apparently, they're quite popular. The Helix Midnight Luxe, quite popular, having a sale. Birth mattresses, Sleep Number, NOLA. The list goes on and on. I was looking online for that. A lot of sales for that, Ozzy.
Yeah, so much. And like I said, beyond the bedroom, you also brought up Amazon, especially if you're a Prime member. Now is the time. Many of those deals can still arrive by Wednesday. So if you shop like right now, then you can get your stuff by Wednesday if you shop right now. And then also to Target. I looked up Target because I love Target. But
They're every other day, right?
Every other day. Most of their tech and like home goods also up to 50% off, which is also a good deal. I love the pillows. Pillows is my thing. So just keep in mind a lot of the pricing here and those deals kind of wrap up by midnight. So do it now if you want a good deal because I'm all about a good deal. I'm on a budget, Kirsten.
We love good deals, Ozzy. Love it.
All right, let's talk about Obama's alien clarification. So I'm sure you guys have seen this story trending on social media. Former President Barack Obama went on social media during this weekend, actually, during a lightning round, some people call interview with a podcaster. So he was asked if aliens are real. He said they're real, but I haven't seen them. He also firmly denied that they're being kept at Area 51, which, we've heard reports on, and George Napa as well has been plenty of reports.
Mystery Wire.
Mystery Wire. He talks about all of that with Ron Futrell. So the former president also joked that if there were an underground facility, then it was hidden from him, the president, and former presidents as well. So after the clip went viral, the former president went on social media, Instagram, to kind of walk it back. He clarified that while he believes the universe is too vast for us to be alone, he saw no evidence of extraterrestrial contact, during his presidency. And his statement continues on and on. So you could look on his Instagram if you guys want to read that entire statement. So very, very interesting.
And of course, go check out Mystery Wire because George Knapp has been following the aliens for 4 decades, and it's amazing what George Knapp has uncovered. All right, let's talk about new report out by Luxury Link. This is information we knew was coming, but this just reinforces it. Vegas is just It's getting too expensive, folks. Vegas and Albuquerque and Salt Lake are in the top 3 for more money, costlier for vacations. Again, I mentioned it was busy on the Strip. People are in town this weekend, this 3-day weekend. The national average cost went up 15%, but Albuquerque went up 27%, Vegas up 25%, Salt Lake up 24%. We're talking about lodging and dining. So costs are just getting super expensive. This goes back to 2019, so looking at it over that trend, pre-COVID, into COVID, and then post-pandemic as well.
Like you said, the sticker shock here for many, many people. This report also says, usually people try to plan like a 4-night stay. Well, now they're cutting it down to a 2-night stay because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And they just can't justify this expense. I also was reading that there's friends and family and relatives calling up around to see if any one of their relatives or a friend lives in Las Vegas so they can come and spend the night and
save money there, wherever you can.
Yeah, and a lot of people are choosing to go stay at a hotel off the Strip, which we've also been reporting on, and trying to do free activities instead of going to the Sphere. It does cost a lot. Some of the shows there can go up to $300, $400, $500. There are some seats you can get the Sphere for like $100 and something, but it's like way up there and you have to look, and those kind of get sold out pretty quick. So a lot of people are just trying to make it work. So trying to have fun with what they can and budget friendly.
Yeah. Got to do your research ahead of time,
Absolutely.
folks, especially for Vegas.
Groupon is my friend. All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be talking about Year of the Fire Horse and Black History Month recap as well. We'll be right back.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
We hope you're having a great President's Day, and thank you for tuning into our streaming here on this somewhat holiday light day, but still a lot to cover that we've been going over. We also have our question of the day.
That's right, our question of the day. So let's bring in Daryl for our question of the day. It has to do with President's Day. And here's our question.
Yeah, we were just wanting to talk film, talk TV, ask you all who was your favorite fictional president. And out of the options suggested, Morgan Freeman, he's a pretty good actor. So
Oh, yeah,
he takes
so
the cake
good.
here. He takes the 8 News Now Oscar or whatever you want to call award. Our Daily Question of the Day award for Best Fictional President. Thank you all for voting. You can always go to 8newsnow.com/vote for our question of the day.
Oh, awesome. Thank you all so much for interacting with us. So let's talk a year of the fire horse, Kirsten.
Yeah, Lunar New Year. We started talking about celebrations like a month ago. I mean, Walmart was celebrating, then all our casinos have their celebrations, and this all began well in advance of the actual official day. But we've got big celebrations happening around town, including downtown Summerlin. That's the one I looked up, but this one happens to be which one, Daryl?
Catholic Church this past weekend.
Okay, all right. Catholic Church this past weekend. Look at those wonderful singers. We're, of course, celebrating the Year of the Horse. It's happening tomorrow night. This was this past weekend in downtown Summerlin at 6 p.m. They'll also have dancers, stilt walkers, singers, oversized dragons,
Yeah,
the whole shebang.
Amazing. And the Year of the Horse has to do, it's kind of in reference to high energy and bold moves. So that's kind of the year. So a vibrant festival, traditional lion dances. And tomorrow, it's that, like you said, downtown Summerlin. Also, you can expect Cirque du Soleil to make an appearance. It's a 15-day celebration in total, ending with some of you are familiar with the Lantern Festival as well. So there's plenty of time to enjoy, be part of the culture, learn about it as well. And speak about learning about it. How do you phrase this question, Daryl? This is your question that you wanted us to ask.
We were wondering, as
Yeah.
this is the Year of the Fire Horse.
Yes.
It's almost like a form of astrology, but what is the animal for the Lunar New Year that you were born in? I learned that mine was the ox. I didn't know that before this past week. So I'm learning about myself.
Mine is a sheep. I do not get along with the ox.
The metal sheep.
The metal sheep. I butt heads with the ox. That I do know.
What can we say?
Mine's the
What about you?
tiger.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
The more you know.
The more you know. All right, so let's talk about Black History Month at Springs Preserve. It's something I was mentioning also throughout the month to get your tickets to be part of culture. I know usually at this event it's sold out. It's a wonderful time. It happened this past Saturday at the Springs Preserve. This year's theme, A Century of Black History commemorations, brought together by prominent speakers, live jazz, authentic African American cuisine to celebrate just the massive impact the Black community has had here in our home in Southern Nevada, you name it. Even though the event wrapped up, it was pretty affordable to go. Definitely provides lasting memories and just something for everyone to be a part of and, honoring this month and forever for Black History Month.
Yeah,
Kirsten.
and if you missed our Black History special here on 8 News Now, you can go on our website and watch that half-an-hour special where we love to focus on the contributions of African Americans locally and what they're doing to further those in our community. And so we've got wonderful stories there from the CFO of the Raiders to individuals helping those with photography and art, just the whole gamut, really. So please
Incredible.
check that out on our website for our Black History Month special that aired. And we thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Enjoy the day. Get a little sweater. It's going to be chilly. We'll see you soon. Bye.